If you're thinking about renovating your kitchen or bathroom in northern New Jersey, especially if you want something high end, spa like, or truly custom, this is the conversation you need to hear. I'm sitting down today with Alex Caviness of Senivas, one of the most respected luxury kitchen and bathroom builders in our area. In the next few minutes, we're covering budgets, timelines, the design mistakes that cost homeowners the most money, and trends worth investing in right now. Let's get into it. Alex, welcome. Please give people a quick sense of who you are and what makes your work different.
Um, Alex Caviness is my name. Obviously, I am a fourth generation builder. I actually worked for my father and my grandfather. Never met my great grandfather. That's one thing that makes me different, because I was taught by professionals for a lifetime. You know what I mean? So I come from that school. So I also spent some time in school, going to school for construction engineering technology, which got cut a little short because I had a baby boy coming. I had to, go to work. You know what I mean? But
I understand.
I did a lot with that. And also in that time, I also got certified in project management from Boston University. I actually had my PMP, but that's a project management professional designation. But you got to keep taking extra credits to keep it up. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need it. I just wanted to find ways to be more effective and more efficient on my renovation projects. So it sounds crazy to say this, but I got over 4 decades of experience because I started out working when I was 12. And what makes me different is I really care. That's just the bottom line. But, people sometimes say, man, you're doing too much. I'm like, I don't care. My name is on this. And I remember my father used to say, I'd be like, Dad, that looks good. He said, I don't care how it looks today. I care how it's going to look 10 years from now. So I always build with that in mind, that it's durable, it's going to last, and it's going to look good, and giving people what they want.
Awesome. All right. The word luxury gets thrown around a lot. When a homeowner in Bergen County tells you they want a luxury kitchen or bathroom, what does that actually translate to in materials, features, and budget?
Okay. Truly luxury is many times custom cabinets, right? And people misunderstand. A lot of times custom cabinets are not much more than cabinets you go into a shop to buy. High-end fixtures. Not necessarily, sometimes people get caught on the name, but I'm a huge Kohler fan, because not only does it look good, it functions well for a long time. And the level of craftsmen you have working, because I see people buy really expensive stuff and try to pick up the guy from Home Depot to put it in, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not good. You know what I mean? That's not good. And so the luxury is not necessarily, because sometimes people think because they paid a lot of money for it, it's luxurious. It's also, it's really about the quality of the products that you purchase and the level of comfort that it provides to you. Also, the aesthetics. It has to look good. And like you said, me and you both old enough to remember when you had to be rich to have a Mercedes. Not everybody got one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but that doesn't mean you have the best one.
Right.
Same thing.
Okay. All right. So let's talk trends. What are your clients asking for in 2026? And honestly, which trends are worth the investment and which ones are you steering people away from?
I mean, to be honest, a lot of magazines will show you all these trends with these new colors and, oh, this is what's going on now. And a lot of times it's not. It's like sometimes people get, this is what I want. And then the longer they look at it, they're like, Most people actually go for neutral colors. Like they'll do a half bath in like the green, right? Don't ask me to the other names of the colors, right? To me, green is green. Like I got interior designers for that. Like you want to sit there and talk about all these other, that's not pink, that's salmon. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't really do that. Okay. But most people they go with stable. A lot of people say a lot of wall hung vanities. I'll say that, right? More showers than tubs. I'll say that. Recessed lighting. I'll say that. But most people still stick with natural tones, the beiges, the whites, the grays, the various shades of those. The half of baths, you'll see sometimes some green tile and, some really funky wall lights, but it's not as, that's for clicks and for people to look at. But I think you're in the industry, so people are scared to do something too outlandish because what if I have to sell?
Right.
And better than anybody, just because you like it, that don't mean everybody else gonna like it.
Absolutely not.
I know you tried to sell properties that had some crazy bathroom stuff in it, crazy kitchen.
The owner loves it, and the buyer walks in, and the first thing they say is, "We're gonna have to change that bathroom."
Yeah, and that's the first problem in your sale, because nobody wants very few people want to buy a property that they got to renovate right out the gate. These days, if people got to change the carpet, they're like, "Oh, this carpet is hideous." But it's carpet, right.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's talk about that. You've probably walked into a lot of kitchens and bathrooms and thought, "I wish they'd call me first." So, what are the biggest mistakes homeowners make when they take on a kitchen or bathroom remodel?
The biggest mistakes, I would say cheap cabinets, number one. And don't get me wrong, I think people put too much into cabinets. It's really a box with a door. The real difference a lot of times comes down to the door. Like you go somewhere and it's so funny, and people get hooked into this. Oh, these are Italian cabinets, and I'm like, oh really? People forget. Like, remember North Carolina furniture? Americans make the best furniture. Now, if you said that's Italian leather, I'd be like, oh, tell me more. Or Italian marble. Let's talk about it. Italian cabinets. I see people pay so much money for garbage because it's sold a certain way. Right. And I think that's the top. And then sometimes people just cheap out on cabinets intentionally because it looks good, but the doors don't last, the hinges don't last. If you scratch it with your fingernail by accident, all of a sudden you're seeing the color underneath. That's a big thing. A lot of people today buy Amazon faucets. It's a nightmare. And like the cheaper the cheaper the fixture, the harder it is to install for one, and it doesn't function really well for a long time. And I don't think people really consider the layout, right? They don't consider how they move. Is it two of y'all that's in the kitchen all the time, right? Do you need an island with a sink and have all the room so that somebody else could be prepping food if that's how y'all operate? Like, people don't consider how they are going to actually use it. And one of the biggest things, and designers do this, so the new thing or the lately thing is to have a microwave drawer, what they call it. Basically a cabinet you slide your microwave in. That's great. It gets it off the countertop, not really over your stove and whatever. But most designers will give it to you at the height of the countertop, which means you got to bend over. And the older your eyes get, the harder it is to see the numbers. When it really should be like here, maybe not as high as over the stove, but it should be in the middle. Right. But people don't consider things like that. They just they listen to the designers and they don't think about how they actually live. They get things they don't necessarily. I know people get dishwashers and don't wash dishes. Well, why you do that? Especially in like apartments in the city and stuff like that, where space is a premium, right? So they'll spend the money on the stuff, but you're taking up space with something you don't need, and that I think comes down to people making decisions on what they like instead of what they need.
Excellent. You've been doing this in Bergen County and northern New Jersey for some years now. Is there anything specific about homes here, the architecture, the buyers, the real estate market, that homeowners should factor in when they're planning a luxury kitchen or bath?
Honestly, that's probably more of a question for you, right? Right? Like, because people typically will, in most instances, they will design or create a kitchen that's kind of consistent with the design of the house. And this area, you got houses that are 100, 200 years old. Mm-hmm. Then you got houses that are 10 years old.
Right.
And people want to make changes. So I think that the area, not as much. I mean, you got some considerations when you're working in townhouse community HOAs and stuff like that, doesn't really have limitations on it, but the style inside is pretty, it's pretty standard. Shaker or flat panel is pretty much what they go with because they want to get rid of the builder's grade stuff.
Right.
The thing that came in that was hot, I don't know, 40 years ago
right.
when they got it, is not so hot now.
Okay. Quick rapid fire round. Just the first thing that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Marble or quartzite?
Marble.
Freestanding tub or oversized shower?
Oversized shower.
Matte black or polished nickel?
Matte black, but it takes work.
Okay. Heated floors, worth it?
Heated floors, absolutely. Absolutely heated floors, bro. Some people, they complain, but it's so much money. After I put them heated floors, they go, oh, boy, I'm glad you taught me these. Especially in the winter months. You don't need no slivers or nothing. You just walk on in there, feet all toasty. They like, yeah, I'm glad you taught me into it. Yeah.
Okay. So heated floors is definite.
Yes.
Okay, one splurge you tell every client to make.
Digital thermostat.
Digital thermostat, okay.
Like a lot of people don't even know about it.
I didn't.
Like Kohler, again, Kohler needs to send me a check.
Yeah.
But
we'll work on that.
So they have a digital thermostatic valve, or whatever they call it. So you can set your temperature on the wall. You can hook it up to Alexa. Alexa, turn on my shower, and it will be at your temperature. That is amazing.
Okay.
And you can actually have that. You can actually have two of them that work together. You can have one outside your shower. So you don't have to get in the shower to turn it on. You don't have to reach in. You can hit from outside, boom, 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 and it reaches the temperature like in seconds. That's a splurge that I try to tell people. A lot of people are scared to do it, but I'm like, because sometimes bathrooms have awkward situations where you can't put the door here, so you have to literally step into the shower to turn the water on. That's got to be the most uncomfortable thing because you're getting splashed with cold water right out the gate.
Right.
But if you got the digital valve, the digital thermostat outside, yeah. Okay. That's the splurge.
All right.
That and the heated floors. You really doing it. You know what I mean? you could talk loud there. You can say it with your full chest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
that's
man,
really
huge.
Nice.
All right. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Huge thanks to Alex Caviness of Senivas. I'm going to do that over. Huge thanks to Alex Caviness of Senivas. If you're considering a luxury kitchen or bathroom project in northern New Jersey, Bergen County, I'll link their bio below. And if you found this helpful, subscribe. I'm bringing you more conversations with top experts shaping real estate and home design in Bergen County. See you in the next one.